this was my life in a nutshell. I had the perfect life, perfect job, perfect marriage, perfect husband, perfect home, and the most perfect little baby girl. However, with all of those ingredients put together when you're making cake, right? You need all the perfect ingredients, the right amount of salt, flour, sugar, eggs, in order to make the most delicious cake that everyone will remember. After 4.5 years, though, my life came crashing down after 4.5 years of marriage. It was as if I went to bed one night being happily married and then woke up the next morning and I was abandoned by my husband, or 4.5 years, with my 2-year-old daughter. You've all heard the saying, you can have your cake, you cannot have your cake and eat it too. I'm here to tell you that I'm a sole believer that you can have your cake and you can eat it too. Does anybody else agree with me today that you can have your cake? All right, so good. So my talk today is about single motherhood takes the cake. My name is Kenise Etwaru. I am from the low-end country of Guyana, South America, but it's not very low-end. I'm telling you, I knew all about villages growing up with everyone that I've worked with. My parents came from villages. Everyone talked about villages. They talked about the villages that you came from. When you met someone, it was all about, what village are you from? And that dictated the kind of profession that person was going to be. So in my life now, here, when I migrated to the United States when I was 9 years old, I went to school, created my career, and I became a human resources consultant, an executive leadership coach. I am now the co-founder and CEO of Alea Publishing. I also do motivational and inspirational speaking across the country and internationally. But amidst all of my career accolades, my greatest accolade is being a single mom to my beautiful daughter who is sitting right here in the audience, Avia Elizabeth. So there I was, marriage was broken up. I felt alone, abandoned, scared, traumatized, frustrated, hurt. Everything in my perfect life, all of the perfect ingredients in my life was array. It all disappeared. I needed to find a substitute. As I looked at my daughter, I said there was a perfect husband in my life with everything I can possibly have. He had all the perfect ingredients a man had that I wanted. He was kind, he was caring, he was loving, he was intelligent and smart. He was the perfect dad. However, when he left, I needed to find a substitute. So where did I go to? I had to go to my village. I have some of my villagers here with me today. So what I decided to do was I'm going to go out and find a village that's going to help me to substitute, to help this life that my child and I are going to have. And that's where I created the word cake. So I took the word cake and I want to leave 4 points with you all tonight. And I just want to talk about care and concern for the C. Care and concern is all about going to the village, and I didn't even have to ask for them to care and show me concern. They were just there. I didn't have to tell them to love me. I didn't have to ask them to care for me. So today, I want to ask you, is there a village in which you can go out to and look for some care and concern? And don't worry about it. You don't even have to beg for it. Good villagers will definitely give you the care and concern that you need. The A stands for acknowledge. I had to acknowledge that I did need help. I was a strong, independent, and still am a very strong, independent woman. But I felt as if I felt very shortfalled in everything that I've done. So I had to acknowledge the fact that I needed help. They were there for me. They helped me through the process. Are you willing today to acknowledge that you need help and you may need the village to help you through your process? The K stands for kindred. So of course I had my mother, my father, my sister, my immediate family there, but then there came my church family and people from all over the country that came and surrounded me and created kindred connections with me. And again, like I said, some of my villagers are here with me today. Those kindred connections still remain. Are you willing and open to have kindred connections? And the E stands for encouragement. With the E, this was a big one for me. After the 4.5 years of marriage, I felt everything in my life, my purpose, my plan, my destiny. I didn't have anything else. I was just going to work, just raise my daughter, and that was going to be it. But my village encouraged me to be the best that I possibly could. I ended up writing my first book, The Good Wife and the Other Woman, turning my pain into purpose. After that, I even led on to that legacy with my daughter. My daughter published her first book at the age of 11, which was published in January of 2021. Be you, be cool, be kind. She is the first published author in her school with over 13,000 students. That's the legacy the village has helped me create with my daughter. The proverb says, it takes a village to raise a child, and it sure does. We are living proof today that it does take a village to raise my daughter, who is now a published author and going on to bigger and better things you can ever possibly imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you, the care and concern of the village, acknowledgement, kindred, and encouragement. You can have your cake and eat it too. Thank you.